Hey guys, doing an oil change today on the 2015 Ford F-150. It's got the 5-liter Coyote engine and it's due for an oil change. I change the oil here every 5,000 miles. I know some people say you should do that more. Modern oil, some people say you can go a lot longer, but I keep it at 5,000 and it's easy to remember and simple to keep track of. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have everything you need to get started. Got a drain pan, of course, to put your oil in. I've got some rags and some cardboard just to lay down to make sure not dripping anything on the driveway. Got my 15mm wrench here for the drain plug. I've got my oil filter wrench here for the oil filter. And then I've got oil and oil filter here. I've got 5W30 mobile, full synthetic, high mileage, extended performance. I've got two 5-quart jugs of that. It takes about 7.7 quarts. It takes a lot of oil in these engines, so right around there you need 2 jugs, and then normally what I have left over I can use on the next oil change. And then the STP filter here, they had a deal at AutoZone where you get the jug and filter together, so I picked up the S10590 XL oil filter. So now that we've got everything, we'll go ahead and get started into it. So first thing up top here, going to remove the filler cap. Now is a good time to check your other fluids, checking battery, make sure everything looks okay. It's a good time to check your air filter. On the other side, your washer fluid. Yeah, here we can come over and check our air filter. There you got the filler cap off. Not too bad. You can still see air through it, but probably going to be about due for a new filter here pretty soon. But we won't change that here today. I'll go ahead and put that back in. Alright, first thing here, going to scoot our oil drain pan back where that needs to go. I'm going to go underneath. Actually, I can crawl under here pretty easily without needing to raise it up. It's actually right here, if you can see that. That is the drain plug there. I'm going to scoot our cardboard drain plug back. It's going to catch everything as it runs out of there. Alright, 15mm. Once you get loosened with a wrench, make sure everything is in the right spot. You can loosen it the rest of the way with your fingers so you don't lose your drain plug when it comes out of there. This is going to come out kind of fast, but maybe not too bad. Now I've got my drain plug. I'm going to let that drain for a minute. Alright, once that goes from a steady stream down to just where it's slightly dripping like that, go ahead and put our drain plug back in. Start it with my fingers. Should go on pretty easy if it's not cross-threaded. Once I've snugged it with my hand, I'll take my 15mm wrench, make sure it's tight and snug. Doesn't need to be crazy tight, but definitely don't want it loose. Alright, so with that, I'll wipe off any oil that might have splashed or dripped on the frame or the drain pan. And then we're done with the drain plug, so I'll slide up my drain pan up to the front where the oil filter is. And we'll crawl up from underneath here and go switch out the oil filter. Right, so underneath here up front, you can see oil filters right there on the front of the engine. That's that black round thing there. We're going to need to loosen that. You see underneath, it looks like a little bit of a tray in the front. that it looks like oil's supposed to flow down there, but don't believe that. Oil almost never flows down there where you think it is, even on level ground. So I'm gonna try to contain as much as I can. This is potentially the messiest part, so you just kind of gotta, that's really why I have the cardboard, making sure underneath in the front, and then where the oil's gonna run down in the back once we loosen up our filter. So we'll go ahead and get my filter wrench put on there, and then we'll get that loose. I'm just going to use the filter wrench to get it loose, and then once I get it loosened where I can grab it with my hand, I'll remove it the rest of the way with my hand. Once I feel it going with the wrench, you don't need to leave it on the wrench on to take the whole thing off. Once you feel that it's loosened up, then you can loosen it the rest of the way with your hand. I like to have a new filter ready to go right afterwards. So I'll have this. Now one thing before you put your new filter on is this seal on this end here. You want to put a little bit of oil on there just so it's not a dry seal. And you can take that off of just dabbing your finger a little bit out of the drain pan and get that on there so the seal has a little bit of oil on it. The other thing, once you get the old filter out, it's going to have oil inside of it, so you're going to want to dump that in the drain pan as well and let that sit there and drain. And then a big key thing with the oil filter is making sure that the seal has come off of the old one. If you have two gaskets together, it'll leak oil like crazy when you put it back together. So you just want to make sure that that old rubber gasket there came off with the old filter. So I got it loose with the wrench. I'm going to loosen it the rest of the way with my hand. And at a certain point, oil will start coming out of there. So I do this slowly, because once I see where oil actually starts dripping, I'll make an adjustment on my drain pan if I need to, so we don't make a big mess here. There we go. There's the filter, and we can see the gasket came off there. So we'll set that in our drain pan and let that drip and run down. Take our new filter, and then it just goes back in the same spot. And you don't need to use the filter wrench when you're putting the new filter back on. Just make sure it's not cross-threaded, it's going on there straight, and just get it hand tight in there. We will wipe everything down the best we can, but really a lot of times you just gotta let it drip for a little bit, and by tomorrow everything should be off. So if you leave the drain pan overnight, if you don't have anywhere to go, or at least the cardboard down, it'll keep spots from ending up on your driveway. So with that, filter's tight, drain plug's tight, we're gonna go up to the top side. Go ahead and wipe out our funnel. Put our funnel right there in the filler hole. And as I said, it's about 7.7 quarts is what it takes. So we'll go ahead and get our oil out. Alright, that should be good. So we'll go ahead and put our filler cap back on here. So when you change the oil and you replace the filter is empty. And you saw that oil that ran out when we replaced the filter. So before we check the engine oil to see where we're at, we're going to start it, let it run for a few seconds, allow the oil pump to do its work. and fill the new filter back up. A few seconds to do that. We will check our oil, see where we're at. Engine on. Oil pressure looks good. Hood ajar, that's true. Okay, that should be enough. Stick is on the opposite side of the filler cap. You can see that here. So I'm going to take my clean rag, mostly clean rag, pull the yellow handled dipstick here, wipe it off, wipe that off, put it in, sure it goes all the way inside. Pull it up, and we'll see, as you can see right there, if you can see that, we're up over the hash mark, right in the middle where we want to be. Oil change is almost done. We've got one last thing to do. Go ahead, we can close our hood. Our work under here is done for now. The last thing that we need to do is we need to reset our trip computer. So we go down here. Actually, go trip fuel, display mode. So if you guys saw that, you hit display mode. I hit OK on the steering wheel, and it'll take me to engine information. Saying 47% oil life, but that's not true. You saw we just did the oil change. We're back at 100% oil life. So you just hold OK to reset oil life, and there we go, back at 100%. Put it on trip fuel, and there we go. That's all there is to it. That's the oil change on your F-150. Thanks, guys.